It's no secret how much I love oats, and I just saw Internet Shaqu post a video about this oat breakfast meal that he can kind of meal prep, and I thought it sounded really good, so I figured, why not make my version of it? A plant-based version. His was loaded with dairy, and maybe improve the macros a little bit. His version, like I said, looked incredible, which it wasn't even his version. It was a recipe that I'm going to share here. It was an original recipe from tablespoon.com that he kind of slightly tweaked and modified for his taste. So I thought I'm going to do the same. I'm excited because this definitely looks like something that you can kind of meal prep out and you can have, and it's going to be an easy breakfast that will get you a couple hundred calories, some decent protein, carbohydrates, which will fuel your day. Let's get moving on it. This is pretty easy. First thing that we have to do, which I'm already starting, is preheat the oven. Now, the one part that I really love about this is it's a meal prep that you can pretty much do in one bowl. We are gonna use a blender at one point, but that's okay. So we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. 4 cups of old-fashioned oats, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 3/4 teaspoons salt. So where I'm gonna have some fun and deviate just a little bit, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Love the taste of cinnamon. I love the anti-inflammatory properties. So yeah, add that in. Now in his version, it was whole dairy milk. I am going to be using soy milk. You know I just did that whole video on soy milk. 4 cups unsweetened, just original soy. And you can use any plant milk you like, but I do think soy is gonna work best here. 3 tablespoons coconut oil. Now I know I said 1 bowl, but we are going to be using our cup here along with 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk powder. It's going to be like an egg replacer. Reason why I'm doing this a little bit separate here, I'm going to grab some of this milk and oil mixture, kind of mix this together. We're going to bloom this into like a thick kind of cream. Allow that psyllium husk powder, which is just a fiber. And it's going to be great because that 2 tablespoons, so that's 24 grams of fiber roughly. It's pretty good. We'll sit there and let that gel together for a minute, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor, Bombas. As a runner, I hear most runners putting all of their attention on their shoes. But what goes between your foot and your shoe matters more than you think, because the sock is doing a ton of work every single mile. And if your socks aren't right, your whole run feels off. And the big thing is, running needs running socks. That's why Bombas just introduced Bombas Sport. Socks built with one purpose. Running is not hiking, hiking is not skiing, and skiing is not pickleball. Movement-specific socks equal better comfort, better performance, and fewer problems. And Bombas makes socks engineered for your sport, because your sport deserves more than a basic pair. And for runners, that means support and cushioning where you actually need it, so your feet feel more dialed in and less distracted when you're out there grinding. Technically superior, always more comfortable, no nonsense. Basically, pro-level socks from the pros of socks. And I love that for every pair purchased equals 1 donated to someone experiencing homelessness. And they've donated over 150 million items so far. It's incredible. I just started my training block for the London Marathon, and I'll tell you, little upgrades like this can make the biggest difference. So again, new customers get 20% off pro-level socks. Just go to bombas.com/SauceStache and use code SauceStache at checkout. Bombas, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for making incredible running socks. Okay, we're back, so just add that in, kind of mix it around, make sure that psyllium husk gets mixed thoroughly in there. We'll give this a better mix in a minute. Barely using any tools, literally mixing this with a tablespoon. How amazing is that? So I'm just gonna add a cup of frozen blueberries. You can use fresh, but the frozen, I think, just make it easier, really. And last, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can add as much as you like. As Shaq said in his video, sweetness is kind of tough to measure. There's no real unit of measure to calculate sweetness. So you just gotta kind of know what you think you're gonna like. 2 tablespoons is going to be a mild level of sweetness. And this part's funny. I can't remember if I added vanilla extract, but I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. If I did add the vanilla extract, well then my version's gonna be really messed up. It's just gonna be a little extra vanilla-y. If I didn't add the vanilla extract, well then it's a win because I didn't forget it. So this is looking great. Just gonna kind of give this a mix. This is a 13x9 baking dish. I'm adding a little bit of parchment paper because I don't really fully trust it. And then just kind of evenly to spread this out. That looks pretty good. So set this aside, let this sit for a minute. That's gonna soak up some of that milk and cream. Now we're going to make our marble swirl, which is going to involve a block of firm tofu. This is extra firm tofu. We're making kind of like a cream cheesecake kind of thing out of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this whole thing. I probably want about 14 ounces or so. So we'll chop off some of it. The rest of it's just going to go into the bowl that we already used, our dirty bowl. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. It's going to really give it a cheesy-like flavor, more than you think. Teaspoon of vanilla and a little touch of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons. And if you like, it's not necessary, maybe a tablespoon of coconut oil. And I'm just going to use my little immersion blender and then turn this into a cream. A lot of times when people are making desserts, they tend to use silken, but I like the extra firm. It comes out thicker, more cream cheese-like. I just think it's better. Now, if you want, give it a try. I'm gonna add a little bit more lemon, a little bit more sweetener. So this has a pretty good level of everything. I'm gonna give it just a pinch of salt, just to kind of bring out some of these flavors. So the trick is this is gonna be about 8 servings. So I'm gonna grab 8 dollops of our little cream cheese mixture here that we just made, about the same size. Then I'm gonna add just a little bit of blueberry preserves right next to each one of these dollops. And I'm just gonna make a swirl. I'm gonna grab the blueberry dollop and kind of pull through. My blueberry preserve is thick. I should have mixed it a little bit first. It's comical. It's actually comical. There we go. Looks nothing like a pro's whatsoever, but let's see how this bakes. We're gonna toss this in the oven. We're gonna bake it for about 45 minutes. Okay, we're just gonna take this out of the oven. This looks pretty amazing. I'm pretty stoked about this. Now we just need to let it rest for about 10-15 minutes. I went ahead and went 20 minutes just to be safe. This looks amazing. Now it is late, so I am only going to cut one of these for Monica and I to try, but you can see how big these servings are. Cheesecake, oatmeal, easy bake breakfast, phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have this for breakfast. Let's see what Monica has to say. Okay, baby.
What is this?
This is oatmeal breakfast cheesecake.
Cool.
Easy bake.
Ooh, it smells really good.
So this right here is 327 calories, 13-ish grams of protein, 47 grams of carbs. There's 10 grams of fat, 7.3 grams of fiber. Cheers. Let's do it.
Very good.
Yeah. Give it a rundown.
Okay, so this has definitely a cheesecake flavor. I just love this little like oatmeal pie. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely like, you can tell it's oatmeal, but it's a little firmer than oatmeal. It's got like the sweetness from the fruit. Everything else is like kind of a very subtle sweetness, and it's like light and fluffy.
I mean, all in all, I could eat this every single day. I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal.
It's great.
A good carbohydrate. I mean, there's a decent amount of protein there, and it tastes super good. You can add a little bit more sweetness if you like. You know, more maple over the top if you want.
Sure.
You could do like a glaze on the top would be awesome.
Yeah, so many options. You could throw some strawberries on there.
Yeah, some fresh strawberries, more of the blueberry topping. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 for breakfast, for like easy meal prep breakfast. This is a super winner for me.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Yeah. I love this. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. Good breakfast to start 2026 with.
Yes.
Love it.
Delish.
Yeah, super good. You're eating this whole thing. This is dinner. My God, I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. You want this piece?
Oh, sure. Okay.
Sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. Boom.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Leave. Go. What are you still doing here?
See you later.
This is annoying. Like they're just like sticking
I know.
around. Hi.
Okay. This was cool.
Yeah. Right. Okay, you ready to take Bub for a dub?
Yes. We put on some like warmer shoes, and then
Yeah.
I'll get him our. He's so cute.
You're still here.